Hello and welcome to our new channel.
To think.
It's it's simple approach, it's a new logo and we hope you like it.
Yeah, that's the reason we changed the channel. The first thing, our channel name, Extraordinary Opinion, now I can say it, it was quite a mouthful.
For some people at least.
Now we are gonna change it a bit, not the long podcast where there's no photos or no videos.
Hopefully this new channel and the new videos that we will produce from now on will be on a bit more professional level. I know that we're not PewDiePie or Ray William Johnson yet at least, but it will hopefully be more professional in your eyes.
I hope you guys will enjoy this trip, this journey for a more professional YouTube where you can see all can do this. You can just talk from your heart, from your mind, have a bit of fun, and we will enjoy this because we actually talk about this on a daily basis. This is our discussion.
We're weird like that. Today's topic, it's actually virtual reality.
Yes.
It's a very interesting topic. You see it more and more.
Yeah.
There's a change on the way in regards to virtual reality. And we want to know is virtual reality is the future and what effect it will have on some people.
Yeah. We have some subtopics for this main topic, and we will start. What is virtual reality and what kind is there? Let's start on our daily life. What virtual reality is there now? There's the Oculus Rift, PlayStation VR, Google Cardboard, HTC Vive. So this is what we have in our daily life, but this is not the first generation of virtual reality. No, there's been something before that. Not perfect, because in the oldie days the technology was not there to show you how the real world could look like. But today, with the new processors, the new graphic cards, maybe now we can live in our fantasy world, a world we actually want to live in.
The hardware Carsten just spoke about now, Oculus Rift, PlayStation VR and stuff like that. It's more like on its way. Some of it is already on the market, but it's more on the American market and some Asian market, I think. But it's not really a breakthrough yet, and it's still under development. But we will see more of that in the very, very near future. I know for one that I will have the PlayStation VR before Christmas, if possible. But yes. But what kind of virtual realities are there? Well, as mentioned here, we have this form of virtual reality where you basically have a screen very close to your eyes. And that's the thing we can relate to the most, I think. Yeah. It can track movement, you know, the PlayStation VR has these lights around it and a camera tracking movement, so you get this, you know, smooth feeling and the sense of virtual reality. But there's also the science fiction aspect of that.
Yeah, the thing is that what is virtual reality? In the name, it's virtual and it's reality. So what the future could be like is maybe Matrix-like, where you can live your daily life as a daily post-order man or programmer, because the real world has gone to shit. So there's no real reason to live in that world. Just plug yourself in and the world is great and there's trees and you can taste the steaks, but in real life, you're maybe dead. And there's also the Accel World and the...
Well, that's an anime series actually, and I would recommend you guys to watch it if you're into virtual reality. It's anime a little bit like Sword Art Online, but I think it's actually better. Yeah. But what we see here, it is of course the futuristic aspect and the science fiction aspect. So this is not where you have a screen on front of your eyes, but it's more like it's... Well, connected to your brain, you know, like a Neuralink or whatever they call it.
There's many versions of this, but the logic is the same. Yeah. You're plugged in to the internet, and that will actually project the world with powers. You can choose
in many ways, that is the sense and the real virtual reality, right? What we are trying to do with the VR and stuff like that is more like an emulation, really, of virtual reality.
Where you can emulate how you are standing on Mount Everest or in nearby Nevada Falls or something like that. Maybe places you can't go in real life because some personal reasons or something like that. You can actually experience it from your living room. Yeah.
The problem with the current virtual reality is basically that, of course, you can sit in your sofa and you can move around and it will track your movement and stuff like that, but you're not really free to walk around, right?
Yeah.
So you would still have to sit with the keyboard or maybe a controller. I know a lot of the Sony VR games would be like that in the beginning. So we are basically very limited when it comes to that. But there's a concept called Omni Board. We should probably talk very shortly about this. It's basically like a board where you can stand and you can run and you can walk and you can do all this, you would do daily. You can move freely, basically, while you're in the virtual reality world. And we're not that far from that yet. So basically you could, stay up and when you wake up in the morning, you can take a run in Skyrim or whatever you would like. So we're moving more towards that kind of virtual reality development, I think.
Yeah. And it's more gaming-like, but you could also use the Omni Board for education purposes, where you can walk in the sands of Egypt, looking at the pyramids, and something like that.
You don't have to spend all the time going to the museum. Well, you just put on your glasses and your Omni Board, and then you're at the museum, I guess.
Yeah.
Save the travel time.
Museums, aquariums.
Well, you can experience the world in another way, but it's not really the world. That's the funny thing.
You can say it is a whole new world.
But
this actually moves us to the next topic. Is virtual reality the future, or is it only for gamers? Right now, Kasper and I have the thought it will start with gaming, but will move to a broader aspect for education, lifestyles, maybe therapy. Who knows? It have unlimited possibilities. It's only your fantasy that sets the limits.
Yeah.
Because Microsoft have made a product called the Hololens, where it is a bit of gaming, but it also can be used for making a picture on your wall. This picture right behind me is actually not real, it's virtual. And you can post a television on your wall, so you don't need a television in your life. Excuse the noise. You can actually also talk to your daughter, which is maybe on Hawaii, where she can be projected on the wall.
Need to build a wall.
Or if she is...
Or she can just be standing there in the living room. You can actually interact with her in a different way that you can do on Skype.
You can actually also, maybe if you have an allergy, have a dog in your house or a cat, God bless your soul if you have one, where you can actually remove the prospect of the animal dying, so you don't need to explain why you have to let Popples run around on the field of eternity, where you actually shot him in the backyard. But it will give you unlimited possibilities. I, for once, is actually pretty much happy, because some days ago I actually found out I have allergies for dogs, cats, horses, and nature. So I'm pretty much a dead man in this world, but in the virtual reality, I don't need to think about it. I can just have a dog. I can just have a cat. I can shoot the cat, because who wants a cat? So in the virtual world, all my limits in this physical being is gone. And it doesn't have to do anything about gaming. So you just need your couch, you need a table, and then you can just be with your family without actually being with your family.
Yeah, exactly. And the concept Carsten is speaking about here is basically Microsoft HoloLens, and we will link to that below because it's actually very, very interesting. But the difference between the HoloLens and the other virtual reality hardware stuff that we spoke about is basically that you have glasses on and they are transparent, so you can see the room. But on these glasses, well, there will be projected various stuff, so it seems like they're in the room. So it's a different kind of virtual reality, but this is not something that will only be attractive to gamers, but all people. I'm not a big gamer. I would love to have Microsoft HoloLens when that is possible to buy one day. But the reason that we think that gamers will feel more, well, attracted to this virtual reality is because developers, well, they have this golden opportunity to make these virtual reality games. They can make whatever they want, and just go free with their creativity, basically. So gamers will be first in line, I think, and then we will see it more and more to normal people, also elders for that matter, that can keep in contact with their grandchildren and stuff like that. So it's actually a beautiful thought in a way that technology can be used for something useful for once.
What I'm thinking is the future with the HoloLens could be an ISIS where you can actually just put a real contact lens in your eye, and maybe that's the future, who knows?
I think so, yeah.
Because you can maybe walk on the street and you get a call, instead of picking up your phone, you can just have the person walk right next to you on the street, because that's the augmented reality. It's not actually virtual, it's augmented.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the thing about this HoloLens, it's only meant to be used in your home. But the thing that the future will bring, it's also when you're outside shopping, when you're home with a friend, when you're at school, when you're at work. You always have these glasses or these contacts on, or whatever it might be. So it will really, truly be a part of your world. Sounds like an Aladdin movie.
So in basic, you don't need to buy a painting right behind me. You don't need to buy a television. You don't need to buy anything, and you don't even need to have a girlfriend, because in the future you can just have a virtual one, and she doesn't snatch me right back to you. She doesn't need to buy clothes because you can just give her one. And who needs sex? Because in the virtual world,
it's cheaper and you can get some variety. I want, Asian today, and I want.
Here's the dwarves.
What?
Yeah,
I want a dwarf today. Yes, exactly. I want an orc tomorrow. That's just crazy.
Adrenai. But
basically, it's a funny thought.
Yeah,
it is.
It is.
Can it replace a girlfriend? Would you replace it with a girlfriend?
Well, what do you want to escape your own reality? Because that's the next topic right now. Because
that's right.
The future, it has two sides of coins. Because when you get to a virtual reality where there's no limits, where you don't actually need anything from your real life, you can just sit in your chair and experience a Chinese hooker, or a dwarf in your case. Who would actually go out from your door? And that's actually the thing, because you can go to school from your house, because you can just put on your glasses and you are in the classroom. You can live your life and see what history is. You can maybe see math in another world. You can see physics without actually touching it. You can remove the danger from your child. And that's actually the future. So all the schools will actually just be cut down to one, because you can just sit in your chair and you'll be locked in to maybe one teacher, which isn't in a room. He's just at home also.
Yeah, and it could basically just be a recording. It doesn't even be to be there real time, wherever he is.
And why have real friends when you can just have them in the virtual world?
Yeah, you don't have to see them physically. But you can't be friends with an NPC, right? So it still needs to be real people. You will just connect to them online in a different way we know today. So it's an interesting thought, really.
So there's some negative prospect to virtual reality, because the wrong people with maybe some wrong personal issues will have problems with this, because maybe social awkward people like you and me will have problems connecting.
Are you socially awkward?
I don't.
And you called me that as well?
Yeah, I did. But because you want to have sex with a dwarf.
So. Shut up. Well, what I think what you're trying to say.
Nothing against the little people.
It's all for fun. I don't like that you called me socially awkward though, but let's discuss that later.
Yeah. He's gonna beat me in the virtual reality.
No, in real life.
Okay.
Well, what type of people can see the value in this? Well, we talked about the social awkward people, and that can be negative and stuff like that. But I think it can be positive as well, because it will give them the opportunity to actually go out and meet people. Okay, I know it's online, I know it's through glasses, but it's basically like being there, and maybe they can get more, confidence. Well, because they don't have to look like they do now. Well, they can create an avatar and look differently. Well, maybe it can be beneficial from some social point of view.
The thing is, you can get a new social network without limits. You can maybe look at yourself in a new whole way, and you can get the confidence to log off the virtual world and go out in real life to meet these people.
Yeah, so there's actually two sides of the medal, basically.
Yeah.
And we have no idea what direction it will go. But I actually see more positive things in this direction more than I see the negative things.
Yeah. So people with maybe some low self-esteem, people that maybe have some problem with how they express themselves, would have some tools to actually work with it, use it for therapy, use it to self-improvement. The future has many things. And just to get something settled, he's not socially awkward.
I'm still annoyed about that. Well, moving on to the next topic. Well, would you ever leave this virtual world? And what reason should you have to, basically?
The thing is, if you just use the Accel World or the Sword Art Online, the anime, as a reference point, then no. But the problem with that is, in that world, you can be whatever you like with the powers you like. There's no limits in reality. So let's say you make a character which is more handsome than yourself are in the real world. I could do that. You have more strength in this world. You have unlimited power. You could be a god. So why would you leave this place? There's no reason. But with the Omni Board, that can maybe take some other experience that you just doesn't need to sit on a couch. You need to run yourself to run in this world. You need to slap a sensor to slap in this virtual world. So you actually move yourself, get some motion. You can get some what is the word? Fitness was the word.
Yeah, okay, so now we're talking about the fitness aspect of things. Yeah, exactly.
Because again, there's two sides of a coin. There's the negative side. So if you only need to sit still and live in this world and never leave your couch, you maybe die in...
Well, then you would basically die of
hunger or obesity or something like that.
So that's the great thing about the Omni Board, and I think it can be improved a whole lot, but I definitely see the idea is the fitness aspect of things. Not necessarily that you want to do it in order to get slim and do all this fitness related stuff. It will come on its own, basically, because you would want to. Well, you want to play Counter-Strike real life, not sitting with the mouse, but you want to walk around and shoot people or whatever. You want to run around in World of Warcraft and be a magician, whatever. So it's not like this chore where you have to go out and run 4 kilometers. I have to go to the fitness center today and lift some weights. Well, you would actually want to. You will want to be more active, and that's the greatest thing ever, I think.
You could take a stroll in Witcher 3, or maybe you could take a stroll at the ocean. There's no limits. So if you combine the technologies which there are right now, maybe you can get a brighter future than Matrix or something like that. But actually, what do you think about virtual reality, Kasper?
Well, it's a hard thing to answer, really, because there's so many aspects of virtual reality. So if you're talking about this futuristic aspect where you basically can just lay in the couch and not do anything and just be loaded into this world, are we talking about this virtual reality where you can stay active, like the actual thing we see in the near future? Because that I see great potential in. And
great responsibility.
I see it can be better for your social network, your mental health even. You can be smarter. You can be physical, more active. There's only benefits with it.
Yeah, there's benefits, but you need to do it in the right way. My opinion is, as the future sees right now, where you can actually just be in your living room, laying down, not moving an inch. Yeah. I'm not actually seeing that.
That's not
positive
very
on
good.
that.
No.
Because
we're far from that.
yeah, we are far from that right now, but maybe in the future we are not. It'll be more like the Matrix, because you will get addicted as the things are going right now. But if we can get something cross technology with an Omni Board and this virtual world where you need to move in this world, then I can actually see a positive prospect of this. I can also see for education purposes, for people maybe having a hard time to read or something like that, they can actually experience the history or maybe experience the science and actually can get a better understanding for what they are trying to learn, so they can also maybe remove these obstacles in their life. So
in conclusion, it can go both ways.
Yeah.
But I don't think we need to, how the alarm clocks right now, or just yet. Because what we see now is just exciting, and it's still more kind of a gimmick. It is only for gamers to begin with and stuff like that. But you definitely can be sure that in a few years, when it has really been implemented in people's life and their daily routine, there will be a podcast more from us regarding this topic.
So if you could choose your avatar, what would it look like?
I have no clue.
That's the virtual reality.
Yeah, that's the topic. A lot more to be discussed, but I think we got the key areas, basically.
So to your viewers, what would your in-game character look like? What is your opinion about virtual reality? Do you fear it? Do you not fear it? Please comment, rate and subscribe down below. And all the links for what we have been talking about, PlayStation VR, Oculus Rift, Google Cardboard, HTC Vive, Microsoft HoloLens, Omni Board will be down below. Also a link for the series, Matrix, Accel World and Sword Art Online.
Yeah.
And so you can see this, because this has actually been a great inspiration for this talk in reality. Especially Accel World has been.
Well, we hope you enjoy them.
Yeah.
Have it good until then, and
Yeah.
bye for now.